Hell, even if I did know where she lived, who's to say I'd even make it there in time to stop her? I knew where Kotonoha lived, and I obviously couldn't help her. I'd just be wasting my time. I try to run, but my legs feel very weak. I drop to my knees. My hands are very shaky as I hold them out in front of me. I can feel my heart racing and my lungs working overtime as I try to calm myself down. I try to get up, only to tumble back down again. What kind of screwed up ritual is this? What was it that Yuri said again? Wait, Yuri! I prop myself up against the wall, trying my best to calm down. Yuri said she would still be working on trying to find an answer to this mess despite the time loop resetting everything. Maybe I should check on her. Once I feel that I'm able to stand on my feet, I head over to Yuri's house. I more or less remember the way, considering hers and Natsuki's houses are in the same area. Here we go. There we go. I walk up to the door and pound on it, only to stop myself after thinking back to what happened to the last time I saw her and Mio. The police. What did they... I'm caught off guard when the door opens.
Holly, what are you doing here?
First, let me check something. Do you remember what I said about Amy?
Oh, yes. Damn it. Of course I do, Holly.
Okay, just checking to see if that magic metal ring or whatever actually works or not.
Yes, I can assure you that I wasn't making it up.
At this point, I wish you and Amy were making this whole thing up.
Why? What happened? Come inside and tell me.
She ushered me inside and I took my place on the couch. I met him, Yuri.
Who?
I met Tarankos. When I tried to bend the rules, he burned down the school and Mio was...
Mio? Mio wasn't in the classroom when it happened.
What?
Yes. I am aware about the fire. Mio told me so herself since I've been secluded to the house this whole time. Apparently she needed to go to the bathroom when there was a loud explosion. When she went out to see what happened, that's when she saw that your homeroom glass was set ablaze. She fled along with the other students trying to get away.
She's alive? My voice cracks as I bury my face in my hands. I feel tears of relief streaming down my face.
Yes. She only just narrowly escaped with her life in the nick of time.
Oh, thank God.
Going back to what you said before, though, you're not Tarankos.
Yeah. I try to regain my composure as I look Yuri in the eyes. I saw the fire. I saw the classroom. I saw the bodies. So I ran out of there. That's when I ran into Amy, and that psychotic bitch beat me to death with a bat.
My goodness. She's even more deranged than I thought.
That's not all. Before the loop reset itself, I was in the middle of nowhere with darkness all around me. That's when I heard this voice. He told me he killed Mio, and that's when it hit me. That son of a bitch told me he killed Mio! Then he told me if I didn't do what he wanted, he'd burn down my house with my mom in it.
Tarankos is known to say whatever he must in order to get what he wants.
What he wants. Apparently all he wants is to live in a perfect world, but I don't see how doing this is going to accomplish that.
I wish I knew. I've never met him or heard his voice, but my grandmother, aunt, and mother have known him all their lives. That goes for me as well as cousin Konoha.
He said that I belong to him. He said that I have to do what he wants. He also told me that to fulfill the ritual, I had to make an exchange. Amy was shouting about an exchange too when she was going psycho on me.
Oh dear. I could have sworn I read something like that in one of these books, but I hoped I was wrong.
What did it say?
Well, sadly, some pages were torn out of the book, but it mentioned something about a curse you place on someone with a wish in their heart. It's oddly similar to another ritual disguised as a game mentioned in the book, but that one is nothing but lies and deception. They're only meant to appease Tarankos and Sharitha with their twisted desires.
So he's even more screwed in the head than I already thought he was.
For lack of a better way to put it, precisely. A soul for a soul. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. They both said the same thing. In order for someone to survive, another person must die. I couldn't do it, Yuri. I know I almost beat the shit out of Joichiro, but that was an accident. I didn't want to go out and intentionally kill someone for no reason. I can't just... I'm trembling and my voice starts cracking as I feel tears in my eyes again. I'm surprised when Yuri sits beside me and puts her arms around me.
I know, Holly. You're a good person. Time just hasn't been very kind to you. You've just had to experience a lot of terrible things and faced many hardships. You've had a difficult life, but even still, you're every bit of the sweet, gentle soul Kotonoha used to make you out to be. If only she could be here right now. She almost always knew what to say in times like these.
I miss her.
I know. I miss her too. I know she wouldn't have wanted to see you suffering like this.
Then why did she... That's when I hear Yuri trying to stifle her sobs, but failing miserably.
I wish I knew, Holly. I had no idea what things were that bad enough for her to want to even consider doing that. You know how she was, though. As much of a wonderful person she was stubborn at times. In fact, I feel as though...
She wouldn't ask for help directly, even if she needed it.
Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Considering she didn't want your uncle or the police to get involved, she even swore me to secrecy. Yeah, she was. She was stubborn until the very end. It seems Natsuki wasn't the only one too sweet for her own good, then, or however Amy put it.
Natsuki?
Yuri pulls away from me, having calmed down a little bit.
Now that I think about it, I can see some similarities between the both of them. I suppose it's no wonder they got along so well.
Wait, they knew each other?
I'm not sure if it was to the point of being best friends, but I did seek out to know her talking to her on occasion back then. I never really thought much of it at the time, but from what I do know about Natsuki, I think it all makes some sense now.
I wipe away the last of my tears as I sit back up on the couch. That's when it suddenly hit me. I sort of remember reading about Koto in the diary, but considering I witnessed a murder and was running for my life from a psychopath, I guess that kind of slipped my mind.
Back on topic, though. So you're aware of the soul-for-soul exchange. What did you make of that exactly? I mean, in the sense of whose life was it that needed to be extinguished?
Well, I kind of figured that since her father is the one that kills her, he was the one that needed to die.
That is a logical conclusion, although something doesn't feel right. I feel as though we're missing something here, and those torn pages had to have been the key. Does that mean...
Like I said, I couldn't do it in the end. So the old bastard is alive and well, as much as I hate to admit it. I don't know who's more crazy, or perhaps crazier between him or Amy. Oh, damn it, Amy.
What about Amy? Did she do something?
Yes. I know this is going to sound like some bad Florida man joke, but when I broke into Natsuki's house, I called Amy.
Huh?
I didn't know what else to do, okay? You do some stupid shit when you're under pressure, you know?
My apologies. Please continue.
Anyway, I called her up from the home phone. After she wasted time being all perverted and calling me a beast, I fessed up that I was from the future and I knew about the ritual. I even told her about how I met Tarankos and the whole soul for a soul thing.
If I ignore Amy's depraved nature for a moment, how did she respond?
That's the messed up part. She was silent for a moment before asking me to repeat myself. Then she straight up tells me she's going to die as a martyr to save Natsuki's life. Yuri's eyes widen in shock and she falls back in the couch a little. I tried telling her to stop, but she wouldn't listen to me.
No, Ellie, you're not the one at fault here. Remember, she is most likely a descendant of the darkened slopers as I am. Unlike me, however, her ancestors are among those who remained completely loyal to Tarankos. Those who would be willing to do anything to satisfy him. While I've heard whispers of her perverted and depraved nature, I didn't think she would be that delusional as to take her own life.
Well, apparently she is. She hung up on me after that and I just stormed out of the house. I don't have a clue where she lives, so I couldn't even try to stop her.
Even if you did, Hallie, I have a feeling she still wouldn't listen to reason. I'm honestly at a loss for words right now, but not because I'm feeling a sense of grief or sadness over her death. If anything, I'm utterly stunned she would even go to such lengths as to please Tarankos. Utterly disgusting. There's no use crying over her now, Hallie. My suspicions proved to be correct in believing Amy was a lost cause. There was nothing else you could have done. After all, didn't you say that before this she killed you?
Yeah, and I still haven't forgiven her for that. It doesn't mean I wanted her to die, though.
I know. I'm not blaming you. All I'm saying is that no matter what you did, Amy would have done anything if it meant carrying out the will of Tarankos. Even if it was something awful or criminally wrong, she wouldn't have cared. If anything, she most likely saw herself as some sort of divine agent of this.
Oop, skip the line. So, like an agent of Providence? Wait, Tarankos isn't some kind of god, though, is he?
Honestly, I'm not even sure. Details on where he came from and his origins are very unclear outside of what details he did share with his followers. As such, they all blindly worshipped him as a god.
Worshipped as doobies.
Given his otherworldly powers and knowledge of the universe.
I guess that makes sense. Damn, hearing that voice of his it felt so chilling and sinister. The whole time he was giving off some murderous vibes.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Well, for the time being, there isn't much else we can do aside from trying to play things ear by ear for tomorrow.
So does that mean you're coming back to school?
Yes, I'm still not convinced the conditions for the curse have been satisfied, if they even already set conditions. I want to continue monitoring things as best as I can, so I'll make sure you're at school tomorrow as well.
Alright. I get off the couch and Yuri walks me over to the door. Oh, by the way.
Yes?
What happened with the cops at the door?
Oh, that. Yes, I'm surprised you remembered that, considering you were practically out cold by then. Well, by the time I was about to open the door, I didn't even have to talk to any of the police officers there, because the road just collapsed and fell into darkness. I'm not even sure how best to describe it. The next thing I knew, I found myself back here in my living room, cleaning up just as I was doing the previous night. I looked at the clock on my calendar, and sure enough, time had rewound itself. I got a call from Rio as well, since she seemed so confused and shaken about the experience. So lucky for all of us, we didn't have to deal with any police. I'd like to hope we won't have to in the future.
Yeah. I told you it was an accident.
I know it was, Hallie. I just hope that you think your actions through a little better.
I'm trying. What?
I don't know who's more stubborn between you or Konoha.
Good night, Yuri.
Good night, Hallie. Good night, Hallie.
With that, I make my way back home and sneak inside. Mom is already asleep, as per usual. Thankfully, she's safe, and that sociopath Trankos hasn't done anything to her. As I get into bed, I try my best to relax, but I can't. I don't think I'm going to get much sleep tonight with how much is going on in my mind right now. Although I didn't do it myself, I feel like I have Amy's blood on my hands. Not to mention I wasn't sure if I was seriously going to kill that old bastard or Kaito or not. I don't know what will be awaiting me at school in the morning this time around, or if Amy's sacrifice will satisfy the conditions for this curse. There are so many things I don't know, and it's all driving me insane. What did I do to deserve getting mixed in with this shit? That's when I remembered Yuri's words.
You're a good person. Time just hasn't been very kind to you. You've just had to experience a lot of terrible things, that's all. You've had a difficult life, but even still, you're every bit of a sweet, gentle soul as Kotonoha used to make you out to be.
Tja. Seems like no matter what I do, it feels like I just got the bad end of some messed up deal somewhere. I never wanted any of this. Of course, I never wanted anything to happen to Kotonoha, either. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Eventually, I start to doze off. I guess my mind could only keep running for so long before getting exhausted from overthinking so much after all.
Ah, Hallie, there you are. Are you daydreaming again? Honestly, what am I going to do with you?
Huh? Oh, Koto. How long were you standing there for?
Long enough, I suppose. A lot of the other students left for their clubs already, while the rest have gone home. What is it that you have? Or what is it that has you in such an induced stupor, anyway?
Nothing important.
So long as it's nothing naughty, I suppose.
What? Hey!
Oh, come on, Hallie, you know I'm only messing with you.
If you had to know that badly, I was just thinking about what to say to someone, that's all. Kotonoha Higurashi. I can't even tell you how or even why we ended up being friends, but here we are. We met back in the middle of junior high by sheer chance. I always thought Kotonoha was too popular to ever want to have anything to do with some schlub like me, and yet we bonded after getting paired up together for some silly science project. Things kind of went on from there, and we remained good friends in high school. I wasn't lying when I told her I was thinking of what to say to somebody, but I'm not going to tell her that she's the one I wanted to tell this to, especially considering just how embarrassing this is. She gets closer to me, her lilac fragrance making itself known.
Is that so? Just who is this person? Do I know them?
Probably. Yeah, you do. You see her every day in the mirror.
And just what is it that you're going to tell them?
I already said it wasn't anything important.
The look on your face says otherwise.
Hell if I'm going to straight up tell you to your face, "Hey Koto, I like you, want to be my girlfriend," like out of some silly visual novel. Earlier this year, I started feeling differently around her. I didn't want to admit it to myself, but I realized it was because I had strong feelings for her. Ugh, why do feelings have to be so complicated? Why does I give you such this kind of stuff? Pardon me. I don't want to ask her out and sound like a damn idiot. What are you doing here anyway?
Oh, well, I just wanted to see if you wanted to stop by after school, that's all. Since I have some free time to myself, I figured I'd bake some of the cookies we like so much.
Cookies?
Looks like I said the magic word there.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, but alright.
Very well. Shall we be off?
I give her a nod as I pack up my things. As I do so, I notice that she's looking off into the distance, seemingly lost in thought. I approach her and wave my hand in front of her. Koto? Hey, Earth to Kotonoha!
Hmm. Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. I guess I was just drifting off for a moment there, that's all.
And I'm the one getting flack for daydreaming and staring off into the space.
Okay, fine, let's call it even then.